talking over our head. Welcome, sir, Mr. Imag Global. Abi? I remember.
The question I have is, why instead of copying that and posting it as a word, why not maybe there's a place someone can click on
the form,
yes, and advert on your page.
Okay.
So you can now carry the person to where you can now go and follow this.
So you can also do that. Let me just show us. So if you remember when we were creating a Facebook page, there's something we call a call to action button. How many of us remember?
Yes, I remember.
How many of us remember call to action button? So what is a call to action button? Anybody?
A link
to connect with
your WhatsApp or
Okay, so a call to action button basically is you're calling the person to take an action, as the name implies, call to action. So for you, the action you want people to take when they come to your Facebook page could be to give you their WhatsApp number. For some people, it's call me. Some people don't do much of WhatsApp. They prefer you call them and let's talk. For some people, is go to my website. I have all this information you're looking for. I have it on my website. Go to my website and my Facebook. Go to my website and read more about my product. So there are different call to action buttons that you can use. Sign up. So for this case, for the case you're trying to explain now, you can do a sign up button. On that sign up button, you put in your. Okay, it's already. I want to show us, like I said, today's class is practical. Let's not just talk. Let me show us how we can utilize all these things to. So this is what your page looks like. For those who are using your phone, you see something most likely similar to this. Page. So this long blue button is what we call, what did I call it again?
Call to action.
Call to action, yes. The button is called a call to action button. You find it anywhere online. If you go to a website, that buy now button, that's a call to action button. They are calling you to take an action, which is buy now. For some other people, it's going to be a submit button. Like on the Google form, you saw the submit button. That's also a call to action button. Any button that is asking you to take an action is called a call to action button. Now, you can use this call to action button. Why is he using mobile?
My own is on WhatsApp.
Your own is to take people to your WhatsApp, I mean, yes. They can chat you up for WhatsApp, yes. Okay, so for the purpose of this form, in case you want to put your Google link, your Google form link on your Facebook page, copy the link and come here to use pages. Okay, so you can either use a sign up button or a book now button for this link. Okay, so these are different call to action buttons. Let me see. Who remember what send message does? For those who are in that class, what did we say send message can do for you? We don't remember. Okay, so let me just walk through the list again. Follow button means to follow the page. If you want people to follow your page, use the follow button. If you have a gift card, so this is festive period. A lot of businesses are doing free options. You can get a 2,000 naira gift card to shop anywhere. If you have that option, you can do this for your page. Order food. If you have a website where people can place an order for your food, you can do that. Book now button. Choose where people can book you, right? So we can use this one. Call now is for people to call you. Put your phone number. Once they click on it, they can send you a call directly. Contact us could be via email, or you want to take them to your contact page on a website if you have a website. Send messages for people to send you a message on Facebook Messenger. If you use this option, people send you a message on Facebook Messenger. If you use this option, send WhatsApp message, people can send you a message directly to your WhatsApp, which is what she has. Send email, we have learn more, we have sign up, we have use app, we have play game, watch video, and shop now. Okay, so for this example, let us use the sign up button. So what you just basically need to do is put that link, the link to that Google form that we copied, just put it here and you save it. So I'm just going to paste it here. That's the link to the form, and we click on save. Okay, so this is it. So let's test the button from here. Once you click on it, it takes you to network. It takes you directly to that Google form where people can go and fill their details. Right? So any questions? Do we understand? For those who are just joining us, does this look like magic? You don't understand? Okay, so we created a Google form where people can go and sign up in case you need to get people's details, people that are interested in the properties you're selling. You can create a Google form to collect their details, which is this. So what we just did basically now is to connect that Google form to our Facebook page. So people can just go to your Facebook page, click on your call to action button, which is this button, and it takes them to your Google form where they can sign up with their details. So that's just a basic summary of what we have done. So any questions, lead magnets, any questions? Sir, do you have any questions?
Oh my home, Vatican Garden Estate Phase 2 Asaba is your home of peace and serenity. Discussing an opportunity is foolishness, and acting on an opportunity is wisdom. Vatican Garden Estate Phase 2 Asaba is the opportunity. Grab your own plot of land for as cheap as 1.5 million naira. Right here at a prestigious estate of great residential lifestyle, guaranteed peace and serenity, offering 100% dry land. Buy and build service plots, instant physical allocation, neighborhood, immigration office, Asaba Airport, Civil Defense Office, Summit Hill Estate, and many more. Vatican Garden Estate Phase 2 Asaba is located beside Asaba Airport and Immigration Office, Ibusa, Asaba, Delta State. Asaba Office, the Park Plaza, 135 Ibusa Road, opposite Ministry of Lands and Survey, Asaba. For inquiries and inspection booking, call 0812-122-9438 or visit CeeplaTV.com. Ceeplat Profile Limited, your investment house.
Because when you're talking about lead magnet.
You got here when we're talking about lead magnet. So
it also prompts you to do a lot of research.
okay.
Because just said, for example, where I came in, I said dry land and waterlogged land.
Land, yeah.
You must know how to explain it. The advantages and the disadvantages, just like you said. Now, if you buy a waterlogged land, you have limited varieties of what you can do on a waterlogged land.
Kind of structures you can put there.
Dry land, you have no limits. You can play as much swimming pool or what you can call it. Garden vegetation, but you can't do that in a waterlogged land. So there's a whole lot of you find the booklet trying to explain.
Yeah.
So you therefore require that to do a lot of research when we're trying to put something out there.
Okay, so sorry, let me just chip in something. In marketing, your lead magnet should not be something very, very bulky.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, maybe like 5 pages. We call it quick bites. Something people can just quickly see and move on. Now, it's possible you have a lot of information, like you just said. You have a ton of research that you have done. But because it's a lead magnet, the purpose of a lead magnet is to just get that person to come to you. Once they get to you, you can do as you like with them. But at this point, the goal is to just make them come to you. So what you can do is probably, if the booklet you have, the research you have done and everything, you've created the book is about maybe 20 pages, you can do the first 5 pages as a short book and give it to them as a lead magnet. Now, because the person is already interested, they've seen you that, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about, I want to do business with this guy. They would always want to read up more. So the other ones, you can even send them in smaller bits, maybe another 5 pages this week, send them another 5 pages next week, But again, because this is marketing, and like I said, your marketing has to be deliberate. You can now say, okay, break the book down into 3 stages: awareness, consideration, and conversion. I explained that earlier. Awareness is somebody is just meeting you for the first time. I don't even know if I need your product yet, but because we are just meeting, I want to have a conversation with you. What information will be relevant to that person at that point? There's what we call information overload. If you overload somebody with information they don't need, they are not going to see the points you're making. They are most likely going to walk away. So sit down and say, okay, this person, I'm just meeting this person. This relationship is just like 1 hour old or 1 week old. What information is going to be relevant to this person at this point? Pick that information out of that book and send it to that person in week 1. Now, because I've known you for a week now, we've spoken, you've introduced your business to me, you've given me the introduction. At this point, maybe I'm beginning to consider buying a property from you. At the stage of consideration, which information is going to be relevant to that person? Of course, somebody who is in consideration stage might start thinking of, okay, so take for instance, I'm buying property for just investment purpose, not because I want to build a house on it. I'm just buying it because I want to store money. For me, I'm going to be looking at resale options. So if I know that if I buy a property in Ibejuleki, anytime I decide to sell it, I can sell it off and still make good money. But I was going to buy a property in, say, maybe Kogi State, because most likely a Kogi State property, you might not get options when you want to resell. Now, at that point, that's kind of information that is going to be relevant to me, not basically give me 1,000 blocks or any other thing. So you need to sit down and understand your customer. So at this point, what's going to be relevant? Take that information and also give it to that person at that point. Now, the third stage, which is the action stage, you've introduced yourself to the person, you've given them options why they should consider you. At this point, you want to make them buy. You know they have the money, but 1 or 2 things is holding them back. So what can you do to push them to the point where they buy? So because this is Christmas, we want to do clearance sales. We have over 10,000 plots on sold properties, and we don't want to carry them into 2021 as an organization. So because you have been talking to us and you want to buy, this is the offer we are giving you. If you buy 1 acre of land at this amount, we are going to give you 5 plots extra for free. Now, for somebody who has the money and who has been considering buying, that kind of offer will definitely push them to say, okay, let me just do this now and get more value. So do we understand that breakdown? At the awareness stage, what is relevant to this person? Give it to them. So if you have a 10-page book, you can break it down. Maybe it's just the first 2 pages or the first 3 pages that's relevant to the person at the awareness stage. Give it to them. Then the second week or the 2 weeks later, you could send them another maybe page 3 to page 5.
Depending on the kind of questions we are asking.
It could also, yes, all of this could also come from your interaction with that person. Now, marketing is about conversations. Talk to that person. And one of the easiest ways is to just collect the person's WhatsApp number. I'm sure there's nobody here that doesn't use WhatsApp. Anybody here? We don't use WhatsApp. Is there anybody? So one of the easiest ways is to just collect their WhatsApp number on your sign-up form. This is why we specified WhatsApp number here, because for some people they have multiple numbers. If you ask them, their main number might not be their WhatsApp number. So if you ask them phone number, what comes to their mind at first is their main number, which is the calling number, and they just put it there for you. But because you know what you want their WhatsApp number because you want to reach out to them on WhatsApp, make sure you specify. When it comes to online marketing, again, people like to be spoon-fed. That's another thing you need to know. If you want WhatsApp number, say it there is WhatsApp number you want. If you want, I'm sure a lot of us have seen adverts on Facebook where people, all the information is there on the flyer, but people will still come to your comment section to ask you some of those questions you have already answered. That shows you that people like to be spoon-fed. Don't get angry. That is just the normal online behavior. So make sure you're giving them the information as you want it. So chat with them, have a conversation with them, let them know that this is what you have, why have they not gotten a property. For some people, it could also even be a questionnaire. Do you have a property? What part of the country do you have a property? If no, why have you not gotten a property? That will also help you understand. Some people will tell you that it's because they don't have the money. But those kind of people, you might want to push them to your payment plan option. because okay, this person cannot afford to buy once. What if I design a payment plan for this person, pay small, and so conversations will help you understand how best to package your product and sell it to whoever it is you want to sell it to. Do we understand? Okay, so any other questions? So I hope that shared insight. Yeah. So any questions?
I think that WhatsApp is more preferable
for you.
for me.
For some people, it could be this form. So depending on the kind of traffic again. So like I said in the beginning that it's possible to automate this thing, but that's a very technical class that I don't want to go into. So you could set up emails that says, okay, if somebody fills this form, day one, send them this email. 3 days later, send them this second email. That is what we call the automation. So you don't even need to be there to be typing the email. You sit down once, set up all those things. So once the person comes, it's also on Facebook Messenger. We call them chatbots. I don't know if anybody have experienced that before. Chatting with, there's some businesses you chat to on Facebook that is not them responding. It is automated messages that so you could automate all of these things. At that point when you are very big, you might not want to be doing WhatsApp for everybody. This might work for you, but again, it's about your business and what you want to achieve. Okay? So questions. Any other questions before we move on? Close this. So what would you like us to talk about again before we shut this down? We have like 30 minutes to go. We've talked about maybe from the beginning of the year that you just don't understand and you like us to walk through again. Anybody? So I talked about creating a PDF document, which is also very simple to do. How many of us are familiar with using Microsoft Word? Typing, right? So once you're done typing, let me just show us a few tricks that we can use. If you use a recent version of Microsoft Word, you can add a bit of colors to your document. All of these things are called templates. We can decide to choose any of this one. Let me see which one we can use. Okay, so let's use this one. I'm using this one because it has real estate, it has property behind it, and what we're doing is part of property. So title. So let's use your example, sir.
This is on Microsoft Word.
This is on Microsoft Word, yes. There are a lot of things you can do on Microsoft Word that you don't. So let's craft a title for that example you gave us. Dry land versus waterlogged. Yeah.
Dry land versus waterlogged.
Yes. So let's craft an enticing title. So like if I pick up a book now, the first thing I'll read is the title of the book. So you need to make sure that that title of the book is catchy enough to make me want to read that book. So
we have property on dry land, saves you money, or saves you cost.
okay. So let's think. This is a general assignment.
Invest in Bejuleki.
Something catchy. Reasons why.
You need to invest in Bejuleki houses.
Okay. So now the book itself is talking about the difference between waterlogged and dry land. It has to reflect what the book is talking about. If you're doing a book on benefits of buying land in Bejuleki, then that would have worked. But because we are talking about dry land versus waterlogged, so the
Bejuleki generally has this idea of everywhere is waterlogged. Because you hardly will find
So we have dry land and waterlogged.
average.
okay.
So it's difficult in trying to explain it to someone that wants anybody that wants to buy land in Bejuleki, first of all, you need to think about the valuation.
Yes.
Whatever land you offer.
Even if it's dry land.
Even if it's dry land, you still
You
want to
see-
raise it up.
You still get water.
You still want to raise it up. But it's not the same thing with Eastern land.
Where it's 100% dry land.
Eastern is dry.
Other land is dry, you know. So
Okay, so let's think of title for this. This this is me. Oh, you guys can think of your own. Sorry, I'm typing. This is not my laptop, so I'm not used to the. Sorry. I'm not used to the keys. I should buy
waterlog.
Buy waterlog or buy dry.
Why you should buy waterlog light? What this one is applying to go on?
Buy a trainer.
We say waterlog. Go wrong. Don't even pick your friend.
You want me to go waste my money?
And they tell you, they say this one, so you know they think good about me. Want me to waste my money. But just block you.
Man, I need to get used to this laptop. Go back. Okay, so nobody's giving me examples.
Buy or invest.
Okay, so yeah, you're getting the idea now. So the words you use also can determine a lot. Why you should invest in. Okay, is this a good title? Sorry. Or somebody wants to suggest something better. Enugu people, I hope we are following. So you don't need to put dry land. No, so again.
Oh, well, this is why you should, reasons why you should invest in property.
Okay, so every
directly discouraging people that is buying water and all that. So you don't need to use it.
okay, so let's understand something first. Sorry.
Madam, this is why I when you are talking about first of all, dry land, everywhere in English is dry land. You're trying to let us have a different connotation.
He didn't indicate whether it's Eastern properties or Lagos. So that's what I was saying that.
So
if you said you reason
Hold
why
on.
you should invest in Eastern properties,
hold on.
that is different.
So each marketing campaign has its own stands as a unit, and it has a separate goal. Now, CeeplaT sells different properties, right? There's Vatican City, there is Vatican Garden. Sorry, what? Give me a list of products again. Enugu and Asaba. Which other property is currently selling apart from Vatican City? Sorry? That's the only one for now. Now, the way you will sell Asaba is different from the way you will sell Enugu. So if you decide to do one umbrella campaign and sell the two at the same time, you might not get the best results. So I understand what you are saying. Why you should invest in real estate, that is a general topic for real estate. But because we are trying to sell one particular land that is a dry land, we want to now bring your attention to the fact that this is a dry land. That is why this title is like that.
The location should come. Yes.
Okay. Now, so that means we didn't even understand all the classes we have been doing since morning. Now, this is a lead magnet. A lead magnet should not feel like you are selling to me. You want me to give you my phone number. If you are telling me reasons why I should buy Vatican, you're already selling Vatican properties to me. This is supposed to make the person see you as somebody they can trust. Now we all do this. Marketing is psychology. If you go to the market and the person that is selling to you tells you that this gin is original, you know the wash, do you believe that person 100%? No. In your mind, you're already telling because you want to sell markets, right? Now, if you also come as a marketer, the person would not 100% believe what you are saying because they know that you want to sell. You want to make your gain. So you tell me all the beautiful things. Now, this lead magnet is supposed to come in as a neutral person. You're just trying to help that person. Do you understand? So that is why we cannot start selling Vatican. So this information here now is not even about Vatican City. It's about generally anywhere you want to buy land in the world. Why is it better to buy dry land versus wet land? Do you understand? So a lead magnet is supposed to be neutral. Don't sell. So at the point where they have given you their phone number to say, okay, I'm interested in more communication from you, then you can now start introducing them to your other products. Do we understand?
Yeah.
So if you put Vatican land, all of those things, you have defeated the purpose from the very beginning. Because people just have this thing for, I know you want to sell, so 100 is something you also do. 100% you won't believe that person, because in your mind, maybe you won't just sell your property. But if you come in neutral at first, let the person see you that, okay, this person is just giving me, like I said, valuable information. Even if you are buying from me or not, you are buying from the next real estate agent, this information is still going to be useful to you anywhere you go. So do we get the idea now? So let's finish our title. Reasons why you said something was missing. What do you think was missing?
I think you have locked that up already, honestly.
Okay.
I think the reason why we should invest in dry land.
Yes.
Okay. Why you should invest in a dry land? So let me see something else. My words brain is not working this morning. Okay, reasons why you should invest in a dry land. Also, it could just be as simple as disadvantages, advantages of buying waterlogged lands. This could be another title. Disadvantages of buying waterlogged lands. Let me see. Success. Help me now. You're a copywriter. So, what do you think can be a very catchy title for a book that wants to share information about dry land versus waterlogged land? Let's think together. They say 2 heads are better than one. We have more than 2 heads.
Yeah, one of the major things is like the cost, expenses. You don't
Okay.
spend much if you are using a dry land. And nothing much. That's what the main thing.
Okay, so let's just use this first title. Because I'm just trying to show us how to do this. Let's not spend so much time. Yeah. Okay, so this is the title of your book, right? November 13th. You could decide to put your own name here as the author of the book. You could put your own name. So let's use. Who wants to volunteer? So I'm. Yes, sir.
Waterlogged lands have the advantage. It depends what they're buying the property for. There are a lot of advantages for waterlogged.
Okay, so let's just stick to this then. Reasons why you should invest, or maybe differences. It could just be a general information book. Differences between waterlogged land and dry land. Okay, so let's use that.
But I think if we stay on this, trying to create this, it's going to take much time today.
So
I believe I believe everybody will actually know
Have one
information they want to put on.
in the book, I mean.
They can also make research about it. They can also call they can call the company to give them information like
About it.
why particular land and all that. But I think the main concept here is to be useful to society. I understand that people get value because it's not every time you're telling them buy land, buy land. Some people are tired, people don't have money, they're angry. But if you're giving them information about things they need to know, that's when they now remember you for your services, they are giving them free of charge. So let's not take
Okay, so I just wanted to show them how to create an ebook. Let me put my name here since nobody wants to volunteer. This is how to create an ebook. It's not something that is so technical. Okay, so if you have a business logo, you can put it. This is a template we found on MS Word that you can use. If you search through, you'll find your own. You can change this picture at the back to your own picture. You also put all the information you want to put, like that. Add more pages. Once you're done, so what's important to note here is so just come to File. Under File, come to Export. Under Export, you see the option to create a PDF file, because this is what you are going to be sending to people. So just click on the Create PDF, and it converts everything you have done so far. The reason why I wanted us to use a template was because there's structure, there are colors, different colors. It makes your book look beautiful. But you just flesh it with your own information that you want to share, and you create a PDF file. So if I click on this now, it will create the PDF file that we want to share. So put your pictures, put your information, all of those things, and you can just share it.
Share it with
anybody. Share it to people, WhatsApp, send it via emails to people, anyhow you want to do
you
it.
have to share your Facebook
Yeah, I cancelled it because I don't want to create this
on
one.
your page.
You can create a link to it. Something is dragging. So if you want to share this to your Facebook page, for instance, let me see, Facebook.
On Instagram.
You might not be able to share on Instagram. I said you want to send it via message, but for posts you might not be able to share it on Instagram. So create posts. Okay, so I'm sure we got value from today's class, right? How many of us got value from today's class? How many of us didn't understand everything we talked about today? It was just abracadabra. Okay, so was today's class worth our time? We came late, but we were still able to pick one or two things. So how many of us will go and try everything we have learned today and just create a PDF? Before you know, you have become a real estate author self. They say authors in real estate, raise up your hand. You'll be able to raise up your hand, but just make sure that the information you're going to be putting in that book is something very valuable and something very useful, because again, you're going to put your face to it. People can easily send it within themselves. Before you know, now your case is abroad, right? So thank you for joining us in today's class. We hope you got the best value for your time. Enugu Asaba, thank you for also joining us.
My laptop.
I will hand over to Success now to continue with us.
Let's put them together for you. You're not clapping, please clap again. All right.